know she's getting ratioed hard because of this video. This is getting us ready to hear one of the worst takes a woman can make. This is TikTok too, by the way. This is her little echo chamber, and even they are turning on her.
Over the age of 35. I have a theory that men are setting their age ranges to end at 35 or 34. So I went back on dating apps at 34, about 9 months after I
Ain't gonna work, bruh. Ain't gonna work.
At 34, I had a lot of prospects. Like, I have pretty privilege, I will admit that.
Bruh, you are not pretty, and you don't have a lot of options.
Stereotypically attractive woman in society.
You have options, the men who want to sleep with you. Stop.
It was great when you were 34. My birthday was 4 months later, when I turned 35. But there was a little bit of a change in the men I was being sort of exposed to, as it were, and shown on dating apps. But the massive change came when I turned 36 earlier this year. And I have noticed such an extreme drop-off of men.
Maybe you're just not as attractive as you think you are. Guys aren't out here thinking 35 is okay.
Bruh, that's crazy. She thinks she attractive.
At a certain age, your age
Look at
doesn't
that
really
face.
matter anymore. Guys aren't thinking that hard about your age.
Not that I'm that bothered, because people are people, I don't know other people. But I have noticed it, and it is really harmful, and it upsets me, because I am somebody who is childless, not by choice. I have 2 miscarriages. My husband left me after the second one. I am not somebody who kids is on the agenda for, because I don't know if I can carry them. But I have noticed that I am being filtered out. And I have theory, please comment if you agree with this. And this is because of the actual incorrect belief that all women over 35 are thinking biological clock, marriage, kids, babies, or we have babies, or they'd be right in thinking that I'm divorced and have a lot of trauma. Correct, which is why I'm off apps at the moment to fix some of that. But it makes me really angry, really sad that our society is indoctrinating men and women and everybody to believe that biological clock is so terribly bad after this, because that actually isn't true. Lots of data on the fact that fertility declines at 35.
Most women want to have babies, man.
You've got to have a PhD in research to understand data, to understand that we actually don't know that. The data shows that, but that's because everybody's been pressurized to get married and have kids before that. So the people who don't have fertility problems, and I would count myself as somebody who does have fertility problems, but the people who don't have fertility problems have rushed to have kids because of the 35. All of us are rushing. And then the people that are left after 35 in our data set, in our society, are more skewed, so more likely to have people in it who can't have kids.
I honestly feel bad for this woman, but this is an insane amount of cope.
Yeah.
90% of your eggs die in mid-30s, and there aren't a whole lot of women having kids past the age of 35. It is possible, some can even have kids in their 50s, but it is incredibly rare, and it also comes with a lot.
And you can tell she coping, because think about it. Why you even discussing the point of children and talking about children and you don't want that in the first place?
To do this experiment properly, you have to stop everyone from having any children till 35 and then be like, go fuck. And then see how many people could have children. And that's the only way we can definitively say that your biological ability to have children decreases after 35. Some women, you hear these stories, there are so many women who successfully naturally have children up into their 40s. And the problem we have is we don't have the data, enough of the data, because everyone's rushing to do it before 35.
Not enough data.
Just because you could do something doesn't mean you should do it. Just because you can't have children at 35 and 40 doesn't mean you should wait to have children at 35 and 40. Make it make sense, young lady.
And the science, she just doesn't want to accept it.
And I don't know if I look 35, I think I do look 35, 36. I don't behave, definitely don't behave like a 35, 36-year-old because I'm a massive child. And it makes me sad because I'm swapping on people, men, women, non-binary people, who don't care about that. I actually gain from a big section of people who are probably negative for me, swiping off me, fine. But what makes me sad is people who are straight women in particular. The only option is cis straight men, but also who have internalized this, more importantly, who have internalized that they are in a rush and they might not have children, and it makes me really sad.
Modern women,
that's not internalized, that's biology.
Options they have But wouldn't you want to be with people that actually want you? If 99% of the planet don't want me, then I'll seek out the people that do. She still has options that want her, but her yapping about the men that don't is absolutely hilarious.
It's kind of wild that so many common phrases used to shame women actually just indicate the failures of men. So if you think about it, daddy issues is made to feel like the girl can't even keep her father around when really it's that he abandoned her or mistreated her. A single mom, a man left his partner and all of the responsibilities of their child, but she's stuck around, handles it all by herself, and yet is shamed.
Stop fucking lying.
This is a both gender issue. The men suck, but at the same time, the women suck because she chose that man, and women are famous for going after the bad boys. Your parents being sucky
Leave
isn't
him on.
your fault.
Where your other
You're
socket?
absolutely an adult. You can't ride the absent father wave your whole life.
Aren't you unemployed? Girl, I just like, the fact that I have to explain to you, a man, in my opinion, okay, you may not think this, but I feel that a man should be a provider, okay? A man should be able to take care of, protect.
Looking at bad for that.
Sure, that's fine and everything, but nothing about you exactly screams feminine traditional behavior. Let's call this for what it is. You just want a daddy-daughter relationship with the authority of an adult and the accountability of a child.
Facts.
I'm unemployed, yes.
Wow.
To be okay with dating unemployed.
Typically, if you love
This is
somebody,
crazy.
the amount of money they have wouldn't actually matter. These women do not want love. They want a dude to just pay for things for them.
Cause they
They
broke.
rebranded the word trick to mean provider. If you look at what people look at as, oh, he's a provider, they really describing a trick. But they rebranded it to where you got dudes who are proud tricks, and they go, no, I'm a provider.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
I mean, you a trick.
Yeah, okay.
But she's rebranded that word, words, power in the word is like, she's rebranded it. So now you look at a man paying for everything as a good thing, and it's like, you really tricking.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm not referring to you taking care of your woman and your.
Yeah.
I'm talking about you got dudes who just buying random whole bags, buying random whole stuff. It's like you're really a trick.
Whenever women and men too even talk about being a provider, it's always money related. Never providing intelligence, moral values, or good characteristics for your potential future children. If a woman talks about providing, just find another woman. You know where this is going to go.
Yeah.
But they reward you by telling you, oh yeah, he's a provider.